How you doing, everyone? Reverend Jess Foglesong here from touchedbygodchurch.com online. And let's get to our lesson today. It is called God Placed Information and Instructions in Our DNA. Let's get right to it. God is an entity that encompasses the entire universe, matter and non-matter that fills the vacuum of space, every particle of every object, including people. But how does he disperse the instructions, the directions to build such wondrous creatures and objects? How does he form the intricacies of the human body, the marvelous shapes of nature? It is pure amazement that our world is full of brilliant wonders. And the marvelous magic about this phenomenon is that the same laws that govern the billions and billions of stars and galaxies that extend throughout the universe also govern the tiny world of the cell, as well as the basic function of the atom and electrons that encircle it. God has created the universe basically with identical systems. Therefore, chemicals react the same here on Earth as it would at the far side of the universe. The integrity of all of his creations made according to his character and his will. Let's take a look at life's DNA. It is found in all living cells of nature. It is shaped like a ladder with connecting rungs, except that it is twisted in a circular shape as a double helix. And within the rungs are codes put there by the Creator that determine the nature of the species, whether it is a cow, a rose, or a human being. These codes are called DNA and deoxyribonucleic acid. Let me go ahead and say that again. Deoxyribonucleic acid. I'm no scientist, but it's hard to pronounce some of these scientific words. Anyway, it's called DNA. The DNA is found in the nucleus of the cell, surrounding the nucleolus. They are bunched together like telephone wires tucked within a container. You can picture that. Like strands of colorful wire intricately coiled, circularly tied together to fill the space allowed. Remember, God created all this. Take note. All protected by the cell wall, allowing nothing to enter unless it has the correct code. So there's a door there. And if it does, the door opens and a messenger delivers a request sent by the brain concerning another part of the body. All systems operating in an orderly manner, like clockwork, automatically. With precision, the body works at a very high rates of speed, non-stop, 24 hours a day. God's government works very similarly in a world that we never see or experience. The unseen world of heaven is active and busy. Angels coming and going like busy bees, all reporting to the CEO, the supreme ruler, and all-powerful Oz. Just kidding. Life is based on his character and is an image of life in his government. Our bodies, as well as all of his creations, are put together intricately and complexly according to his will and word and his character. God is not a human being, but human beings are like God. We have a physical body that is finite and will only last a few years, averaging between 80 to 100 years. There was a time when mankind had a lifespan of nearly 1,000 years, but with all that time, it seems that human beings have found themselves in a situation that was against the wishes and character of the Creator. Therefore, He cut their lifespan by 90% to where it is today. Not enough time to get ourselves into real trouble. Our lives, our day-to-day activities reflect His character, all built into our character through instructions based in our DNA. Whether we know it or not, He is within all of us. His light, His wisdom beam from within every atom via particles called quarks and neutrinos, which dart in and out of the atom as they travel through space undetected, seemingly carrying instructions from a central headquarters. I suggest that they are tools from God's headquarters, heaven. DNA is found in every living thing. It is chock full of information of the miracles of nature. Just like our computers, which operate in an exact system of codes based on a binary system that looks like zeros and ones. If you put them all together, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and so forth. Our bodies, DNA, operates similarly, except that God uses 4 quad-base nucleotide molecules. It is the genetic alphabet of life. And these are the alphabets. Part of the alphabet: A, G, C, and T. Now these are produces the DNA, and they stand for A, adenine; G, guanine; C, cytosine; and T, thymine. All codes are based on just these molecules, arranged in a number of combinations, creating all of the species of life in the entire universe. I will not get into the complexities, and of course it seemed like this is quite complex, but remember, you're talking about the supreme ruler of the entire universe. You're talking about God. Very complex, but also, if you look at it in another way, look at it as the gospel, very simple. All right, and of course, we will look at the gospel in another message, another lesson. And so we can't get into the complexities of the DNA system, as that is not my purpose here. All right, my aim is to show you that there is an automatic system created by God and placed within life system, and God is there observing and every operation as He is observing each and every one of us by stationing Himself in every atom of our cells, within every animate and inanimate object on earth. His wisdom is everywhere, ubiquitous indeed, to the utmost. Life is amazingly complex, and we've only scratched the surface in this lesson. Illustrations of God's character and His purposes are everywhere. Many of the articles that we go through, many of the messages that we will present to you, is amazing. It's totally amazing. And of course, seek and you will find. And I hope that that the information that we put forth here is helpful. God's face, although hidden, is right in front of you. You may be blind of Him, but simply open your eyes, your mind, and behold, you will see His illustrations, His signs, His face, His image everywhere. All right, we'll stop right there. And boy, that was fun, wasn't it? Stop right there and continue in our next message. Reverend Jess Foglesong from Touched by God Church online, touchedbygodchurch.com, as well as Facebook. So stop in and take a look. God's blessing is for you and yours today.